What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're drawing Luffy Gear 5 from One Piece. Now this character that we're drawing involves a lot of overlapping pieces. So we start in the center of the page with the lower edge of the brow. So leave a gap in the center. Let's start on the left side. We're going to draw a curve that goes out and we'll bend that up. Let's line up the inside over on the right and do the same thing. From the inside of the brow we just want to curl this around and then back in. So let's swirl this around like a circle. Come around and bend that in. Let's round up the outside of the brow, just pulling that back in. And we'll follow this curve, coming back in towards that swirl. Now you want to tuck the eyes in underneath the brow. So over on the side, we're going to step in, draw a circle. Going all the way around towards the bottom of the eye. And we'll just tuck that up on the inside. Let's line this up on the right. Bring that down towards the same height. And then back up. Now I'm going to draw two smaller circles pulled in towards the inside. So let's start from the brow. Draw that circle coming around. And then back up. And then line that up on the right side. Let's add a small highlight circle on the top left for a highlight. And I'll draw that same size circle in the center of the eye for the pupil, but we'll go in behind the highlight. And we'll just fill that in black. Now let's go to the inside of the eye along the top, angle this down and in towards the bridge of the nose. On the left side, come straight down, and then we'll round up the bottom of the nose. Now I want to leave a gap and draw the top edge of the mouth. Let's start all the way over on the left side, bend the mouth coming down, and back up towards the right side. Let's go back to the left, draw the bottom of the mouth, coming down. Let's round this out, and then pull that back up. Let's separate the teeth with a curve, starting on the left, split the mouth in half, and we'll separate the teeth with two lines, one on the left, step in, and draw one more. Now I'm going to add that scar underneath the right eye. Start with a curve, and we'll add two lines going across. Now we're going to go back up to the top and draw in the hair. Let's start with the left side. We're going to start from the center of the head, curl this up. I'm just going to bend this down around the eyebrow, curl the bottom, and then bend that back out. Let's bend this back down towards the bottom of that curl. Let's go back to the center of the head and draw on the outside of that curl. So we're going to get wider as we come all the way around. Just pull that down. Now I'm just going to taper this back down towards that point. So the spacing will get narrower as we come back down. Now going back to the center, let's draw a curl going up on the right side. So we go up and out, and bend it back in. Now from the top, we're just going to taper this so it gets wider. Just come in, and then down towards the hairline. Let's add a little bit of texture across the hairline. From the center, step out, bend this up and out underneath that curl. Step out, just draw a couple more going out towards the side. Now on the right, we'll add one. Now from the inside of the brow, we're going to add a fold. We're going to go up and out on both sides. Now from here, we're going to move out to the side and draw the lower half of the head. Let's start underneath the curl on the left side. Bend the head coming down and then in towards the chin, just underneath the mouth. Let's round this out, go out and then up towards the right. Now I'm just going to bend this back in just on top of the brow, curl this up and then in underneath that curl on the right. Now we want to place the ears along the side of the head, so we start on the outside of the curl, start by going up, bending the ear coming down in behind the top, continue along the bottom, coming down and in. Let's line up the top of the ear over on the right, going up, come down, and then in. Let's add a fold across the top, going up and out. Go back to the inside and draw a hook. I'm just going to see the top edge over on the left. Now let's draw on the bottom of the hair, working our way up. We're going to start underneath the earlobe. Start with a curve going out and then up and behind that curl. And just continue along the top. Let's line this up on the right, going out, and just bring that up towards the same height. Let's tuck this back in behind the side of the ear with a curve. Now going back to the left side, we're just going to curl the hair going around, bend that in, and then we'll bend that back out. Let's do the same thing on the right, going around and in, and then we'll bend that back out towards the side. Let's bring the hair coming back in and then down. Now we're going to go back to the left side and work our way up towards the top. I'm going to step up, come around, and in, and then we'll bend that back out towards the side. Let's pull this in and then down toward the top of the head. Now I'm going to bend this up and out towards the right. Let's bring this in and then down. Go out and then back down. Now let's close off this area. Starting up here, going up and out. Let's bend this back in towards the top. Now I'm just going to tuck that back in on the right side. Let's add some texture along the side of the head. Starting on the left, go out and up. Step down, draw that again. We'll do the same thing on the right. Let's add a couple points along the top. Going up and in. Bring that back down. Now over on the right side, going out and up, and then back in. Now with the head complete, let's move down and draw on the side of the body. Let's start over on the left side, just underneath the head, curve the body going out, and then down towards the hip, and then we'll line that up on the right side. Let's curve the shirt, coming down and in. Now from the inside, draw a straight line going all the way back up underneath the head. Let's add that X in the center of the body, starting on the left, come down towards the center, back up towards the right. Now from the ends, come down and in towards the side. Let's bring this down and out towards the bottom, go up and back in towards the middle. Now from the bottom, I'm just going to add a curve to the top of the sash, coming down and up. From the hips, let's step in, draw another curve, going down and up. Let's add a knot underneath the chin, starting with a half circle. From the side, bend this out and down. Flatten off the ends, and then bend this back up and in towards the knot. Let's continue making our way down towards the bottom of the feet. From the bottom of the sash, let's step down and add a curve, going up and then down. Leave a gap in the center, go to the left side, draw a straight angle line coming down and out on both sides. And then we'll go out to the hips, draw another straight angle line coming down and out along the side of the leg. And we'll add that thick cuff around the bottom of the shorts. Let's start from the outside, curve around and in. From the inside, go in the opposite direction. And do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to close off the bottom with a series of curves, going down and up, and just repeat that all the way in. Now from the inside of the cuff, curve the foot, coming down and out on both sides. Now from the heels, we're going to overlap those wisps going around the leg. So let's start from the heel. Just going to wobble this line going up towards the cuff, and just bend that back in towards the side of the leg. Let's do the same thing on the right. Going around and just bend that back in. Now I'm going to draw on the outside, stepping up, go wider along the outside, and just bend this all the way around and then back down towards the heel. Now let's round out the bottom of the feet. Starting from the left heel, curve the foot, coming down and then up. Let's flatten off the front of the sandal with a short line. And we'll follow this curve coming back in towards the heel. Now we're going to draw the toes starting from the outside, working our way in. So from this point, curve it around and then down. Step in, add another one. Now the third one, we're going to go a little bit bigger and pull that all the way down towards the bottom. From the outside of the last toe, curve the foot going up and in underneath that wisp. I'm just going to close off the outside of the leg with a straight angled line. From the inside of that toe, let's add a strap going up and then out towards the outside of the foot. Now I'm going to go back up to the top and add those same whips across the bottom of the arms. Let's start on the left side, going around. I'm just going to bring that up underneath the hair on the left side. Let's go to the right and do the same thing. Just varying the shape and pulling that in. Let's go back to the inside, step down, and draw on the outside. Go a little bit wider, and then back in. Now halfway between the chin and the hip, starting right here, let's bend the arm, coming out and then down towards the wrist. From the wrist, let's draw a small half circle for the thumb, close off the end with a bracket. Let's add another layer of wisp on top. Starting from the top of the thumb, we go up, go around, and just tuck that up underneath. And do the same thing on the right. And I want to continue that curve coming in behind the head. Now from the wrist, let's step up, and again drawing the inside of that wisp going underneath, continue along the inside. Now I'm going to go back and add 3 fingers on either side. Let's start from the bottom of the thumb, curve this down and then up around that bracket, step down and draw on the second finger. Now before we draw on the last finger, let's move up and draw on the sleeve. So halfway along the inside of the arm, curve this up, out, and then up. From the outside of the sleeve, go up in an angle in behind that wisp, bend this in underneath the head. Now we're going to go back down and draw on the third finger, go out, up and in. Now I'm just going to go up to the top and just tuck this in behind the sleeve. Now let's go back and add the sash coming out from the right hip. Let's start from the right side, bend this down and out in behind the hand, continue along the bottom, and then bend that down. Let's go back to the inside, step down. I'm just going to taper this so it gets wider as you come down towards the bottom. Close off the bottom with a curve. Let's go back and add some buttons along the left side of the jacket. So we'll start with a circle on the top, one on the bottom, and we'll add one more in the middle. Let's finish off by signing our art and adding a splash of color, and that's pretty much it. There's a drawing of Luffy Gear 5. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and if you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. And if you want to keep drawing with me, then check out this video over here. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.